Their water quality after all of last year's sewage spills, so the city has hired a watchdog organization to find the worst areas.
But now there's an issue with how those test results are being shared on social media. Local 10's Ian Margol live to explain this one. Ian.
So this all comes down to a disagreement between the city and Miami Waterkeeper, which is the group that is actually testing the water, about whether or not Miami Waterkeeper is supposed to be putting results of places that don't test well, that have bad results, on their social media accounts without including places that did test well, that did have better results. Either way, though, both sides agree there's a problem in Fort Lauderdale's water and it needs to be fixed.
This used to be a city where you could go into a river or a canal and feel free to swim and whatever you wanted to do and not feel threatened by the cleanliness of the water that you were in.
Fort Lauderdale Mayor Dean Trentalis says he knows there are major pollution issues in some of the city's waterways. In fact, he says that's why the city hired the Miami Waterkeeper organization to do weekly testing of about 10 sites around Fort Lauderdale.
It was dumping into the Tarpon River,
looking for bacteria that can indicate sewage is in the area.
It's a system that just tells us the quantity of bacteria in the water, and the EPA has set guidelines as to when it's thought to be safer for swimming or not.
The partnership seemed to be going well.
Regarding the Miami Waterkeepers.
So at a commission meeting on Thursday, when Trentalis began complaining about some of the negative results being posted on social media, many people were pretty surprised, including the folks at Miami Waterkeeper.
Sharing the information publicly is an important piece of this work. I think why the city came to us to do this work is because we have this platform to share it with the community as well.
In their contract, the city and Miami Waterkeeper agreed all of the data would be posted publicly on the Waterkeeper website and app called Swim Guide, but it doesn't explicitly mention social media either way. Even so, some have raised the concern that Trentalis is trying to hide the data, which he says is not the case.
No one is trying to keep any information from the public. What we do want is we want the company that we hired to work with us to identify those troubled areas and to work with us to not only tell us where the bad areas are, but also to disclose to the public where the good areas are.
So yesterday, when we first started covering this, we mentioned that the contract had been canceled. That is not correct. In fact, the city tells us they just looked over the contract, but they plan to continue working with Miami Waterkeeper. If you want to see more of the data Miami Waterkeeper has gotten here in Fort Lauderdale or any of the other cities that they monitor, we have a link on our website, local10.com. Live in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Ian Margol, Local 10 News.
Important data that the public needs to know. All right, thank you, Ian.